Hello friends, Dr. Preeti Mule here from Symbiosis Institute of Technology. Today I am going to discuss with you or introduce you a quick way to make bibliometric paper using Scopus database. And this presentation will be useful for all researchers and students because from BTech, MTech and PhD, all levels of student are looking for basic first paper, research paper or a paper for publication using a quick bibliometric way. So the Scopus has given us a beautiful tool to prepare this paper quickly. So I'll walk you through how to do that. So today's agenda of making this particular paper is like this. Okay, so it is essential to log in to scopus.com. So open any browser, go to www.scopus.com, log in with your credentials and enter the keywords to search from the Scopus database, and then we will discuss how to study various graphs which are generated by the Scopus database. We'll analyze the details and then we'll write about this bibliometric analysis, and with all this the basic rough draft of the paper will be ready. So this is the first screen after login. So as you can see from this browser window, it is essential to go to scopus.com, press login and enter your login details, and here if you see the keywords which I have entered are incremental clustering, incremental learning, knowledge augmentation, machine learning, etc. And as the incremental and clustering are two different words, but I would like Scopus to consider this as a single word, and hence I have inserted in double quotation marks. All the keywords, all the different keywords are concatenated with OR, as you see on the screen. Then press the search button and this is the next window which appears. So here if you see, there are 1,56,418 documents which are shown here as a result of the key which we have given to the Scopus database. In this particular screen you can see that these many are the resultant documents, 1,56,000. Next to that there is a link which shows you other than 1,56,000 documents, other secondary documents which are related to these keywords. Then 1,17,000 odd patents are already filed related to these keywords and found in the Scopus database, and Mendeley is another database, and 11,497 data or documents are already visible in Mendeley database related to these keywords. Now to move on, it is essential to press a key called Analyze Search Result. There is a small icon or sign of a bar graph, and next to that there is something called Analyze Search Result. So kindly press that particular link, and after pressing that link, this is the new screen which is popped up. In this particular screen again the keyword remains the same. Below that again 1,56,000 document results are shown, but next to that in the same lane, please observe that this data is from 1959 to 2020, and below that there is a beautiful graph generated to show how many documents were published in Scopus database related to this set of keywords per year. Let's move on to the next screen. Below this graph on the Scopus website, you will see these 7 different graphs which are generated by Scopus. And to start with, the first graph on my left hand side is document per year by source. At specific source, how many documents were published per year. Next graph is documents by author. First 10 authors details are shown here. The authors who have published many documents related to this keyword is visible here. Then the next is document by affiliation. The different universities worldwide, the institutions who have already published research papers in Scopus journals is given in this particular bar graph. Next to that is a document by country. So the first topmost 10 countries who are involved in publishing the research paper related to these keywords is shown in this particular bar graph. Then comes on the next line, there is a pie chart showing documents by type. So how many documents are published as journal papers, article papers, book chapters, etc. is shown in this graph. Next to that is a document by subject area. It's another pie chart, and this document discusses in detail about the keywords are used in which specific areas. What are the predominant research areas related to these set of keywords is shown in this pie chart. And the last but not the least is a very important bar graph which gives the details about top 10 funding agencies for the research related to these keywords. Alright, so a total 8 graphs are generated by the Scopus database beautifully for the analysis worldwide about the set of keywords provided by the user. Okay, so let's move on to the next screen. Now, if I click on the graph which was shown in the previous screen called Documents by Affiliation, a detailed visible graph can be seen here on the screen. This particular graph shows that the Chinese Academy of Science are the highest publishing house related to these keywords. Alright, let's move on to the next screen. Now, what we have done is, instead of checking all possible published documents related to these keywords, we have restricted the search for 9 years, 2011 to 2020. So on the left hand side in a gray color there is a vertical bar. It starts with access type followed by year. In this year, if I specify years from 2011 to 2020, then if you please observe the change in the number of documents. Now from 1,56,000 it has reduced to 1,28,173. Right, and the search key is also reflected that change. Let's move on. Now, instead of checking all the documents, if the user would like to see the papers published only in article, journals, and using English as a language, and we are not considering other languages paper, that is, which are written in other than English, French, Chinese, Japanese and other languages, then again the document is further reduced to 54,241. The search key is also changed accordingly. Okay, so this way it is feasible to customize the search by playing on the possible options given on the left hand side in the gray color bar of Scopus website. Let's move on to the set of keywords. It's very interesting to see, my friends, is we have provided the keywords initially for the search as incremental clustering, incremental learning, knowledge augmentation and machine learning only. Only 4 keywords were given to the Scopus database for the search. But if you see on your left hand side, after your and the journal details, there is a column called keyword. Just observe that how many other related or alike keywords which were used by different researchers are visible in the form of a list. Yeah, so this is how we can add further analysis in the bibliometric paper. So this is just the starting of the journey for bibliometric paper, and this is how it is possible to play around different options available on the Scopus. It is also possible to give different combination of the keywords and make the most beautiful and useful paper called bibliometric analysis paper. Such papers are very useful for the researchers who are beginners. These papers give insights about what kind of work is already done by the researchers in a Scopus database and what are the research gaps, what else is left out in research related to the given keywords. This is not only the tool which is available for bibliometric analysis paper. Even World of Science, the Web of Science, also gives, the WOS, Web of Science also provides such facilities on their website. Again, it's a login based, so create or register yourself on Web of Science and give the similar keywords which you have given on the Scopus. So for creating the bibliometric paper, you will have a comparative analysis of bibliometric paper for the same keywords using Scopus and Web of Science. So here I'll stop my PPT and the discussion about this beautiful journey. All the best to all the researchers, and please get back to me if you have any queries. My mail ID is preeti.mule@sitpune.edu.in. Thank you so much.